Guys, and welcome back to another one of my videos. If you're new, my name is Michaela and I am a third grade teacher, and I make vlogs. So today I'm actually finishing and getting ready for an evaluation or an observation, whatever you want to call it, that teachers have to do. And so it's like a formal one that my administration will come and do. So I just thought that it would be interesting and fun and just insightful for the people who are going to be teachers, because I know that there's a lot of people who aspire to be teachers on my channel, and I just think that this video would have been kind of cool for me to watch when I was in your place, so I'm gonna make one. So today we're actually, the teachers on my hallway, so third grade shares a hallway with second grade. We're having a potluck, like a Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving potluck. So I am just finishing getting that ready, and then I am going to head to school once my car defrosts, because it's really stinking cold this morning. It's like 20 degrees. So yeah, but I will show you guys kind of how I plan and what all goes into teacher evaluations in this vlog. So stay tuned. If you like these kind of videos or you like any of my other videos, go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me a lot. And yeah, I will catch up with you guys when I get to school. I am in my classroom, as you can tell. I just went and got some hot chocolate, and now, I mean, I've been here for probably like 30 minutes, but I've just been running around and getting stuff ready. So I'm about to hand out their morning work. We're just gonna do like a review on contractions. And yeah, so I just met with my principal or my assistant principal, who's gonna be observing me. So we're gonna meet, and I'll go through all of that at a later time. But I just wanted to check in. I'm in my classroom. We're gonna get the day going, and then hopefully during planning or after school I will be able to sit down and just show you guys everything and get ready for my evaluation. So I will catch up to you guys later. Like I said before, I was gonna just tell you guys just a little bit how the evaluation process works, because when like 2 years ago, or even a year ago, before my evaluations like started taking place, I would have loved to see a type of video, because you just really don't know. And I feel like even the school that I went to was very good at like preparing you for the next step. It was kind of more of like an intense like student teaching year versus like other schools that I've heard of. But even still, you really just don't know until you are a teacher. So I just felt like I should make this video just in case you are interested at all. So first and foremost, I'm just gonna give like a little background history. I am a second year teacher, and I know that like depending on your score, which it's like a level 1 through 5, based on your score, based on the number of years you've taught, all that good stuff is like the determination of like how many evaluations you get. So like my team teachers that are on the third grade team with me, they have all taught for longer than I have, so they are done with evaluations. I can't remember if they're done for just the semester, if they're done for the year, but anyways, they're done for right now. And then I have one more evaluation that is coming up next week. So today is Today is Thursday, and I have this evaluation planned for next Tuesday at 9:30. So I had an unannounced evaluation a couple weeks ago, probably about 2 or 3 weeks now, and that was unannounced, and my principal came in while I was teaching reading. And so since I had already had an evaluation over reading, that was for planning and environment. So there's 3 different types of evaluations. So for planning and environment, now I have one of my admin coming to do the instruction portion of math. So that's kind of like the 2 that they will do an evaluation on, because those are kind of like the 2 biggest subjects, which is math and reading. So I'm just going to show you guys really quickly the rubric. Before I get into it, I will say that I am lucky, because I know that some schools are not as lucky, or you know, whatever. We have a pacing guide that our district has created for us that tells us you know, in this 9 weeks you need to get these chapters, these concepts, these standards, and it kind of does like week 1, week 2, week 3. Obviously we have our own kind of like leeway in it, but we do have a pacing guide that tells us for all of our subjects, so social studies, science, math, and reading. So with that, it wasn't like a big question of like, what should I teach? It is just simply a fact of like, what will we be on that week when she comes, and then what is our curriculum teaching. So I'm also lucky that our district has a curriculum for us. So they have bought a curriculum for us for math and for reading. So I didn't have to like go out on my own, figure out what I was doing, figure out, you know, what I was teaching or anything like that. So I am lucky in that sense. So that kind of takes the ease off of having to like plan for an evaluation and making sure that you're teaching the right thing when, because our district literally tells us. 2 categories that I had already been like observed in by my principal was planning and environment, if I am not mistaken. So if you look, this is the rubric that it goes off of. So this is it for environment, and this is it for planning. And so this is just off of like the Tennessee team rubric, which is how our state like observes or goes by to give teachers their scores. So basically at the end of the year, and it's based off of a lot of things, just the main things is like state standards or state standardized testing scores, and then your observation scores. So all of that combined together to give you like your overall, I'm a level blank teacher. And that's just for numbers sake. That doesn't, you know, to me numbers are very like, I don't know, whatever. And so anyways, when you go through the team rubric, it's like literally you can Google it, but it has basically like 3 main like this is the rubric for if you are a 1, which would be significantly below expectations, and it shows what the bullet points for what you would do. Then for 3, it's at expectation, and then 5, if you are a 5 in each category, it would be significantly above expectation. So for planning and environment, it's just like your instructional plans, the student work, the assessment. For environment, it's making sure you have a respectful environment, just the environment overall, managing student behavior, and the expectations. So I have already been scored on that. I did relatively well, and I've already done that good stuff. Now is kind of the one that teachers kind of dread, because it is the instruction. So while you saw each of those was 1, this one is like several. So I have gone through myself and like underlined, I've gone through each little thing and figured out what I need. So like this one, they will like score me on standards and objectives, motivating students, presenting instructional content, lesson structure and the pacing, which honestly is something that I struggle with, activities and materials, questioning, academic feedback, grouping of students, teacher content knowledge, teacher knowledge of students, and then thinking and problem solving. So that is what I will get scored on. And so basically what happens is she comes in for this specific one, I have to do a lesson plan. So I will have to turn in my lesson plan, I think like 2 days before or so. And yeah, so I'll turn in a lesson plan, and I will show you an example of the lesson plan, because I don't lesson plan like this for every lesson. This is like turn in type lesson plan. Everything other than that is very like not like that, if that makes sense. I don't even know if I'm making sense, but so yeah, I'll show you an example of the lesson plan. And then so in the pre-conference that I'm gonna have, obviously you don't have a pre-conference when you have an unannounced observation, because you don't know when they're coming. But for the announced ones, I will have a pre on Monday. So I'll go, I'll sit, I'll discuss, this is what you're gonna be seeing, this is the standards, this is the content, this is what you're gonna see. Then she's gonna come, she's gonna observe me, and then I will have, I think 2 days after she comes and scores me, that I will have to go in without seeing her scores yet. I go in and I self-score myself. I also have to do a reinforcement and a refinement section. So what do I think went really well in the lesson, and then what do I think could have had more work. And for me, being a first-year teacher and just being who I am, my things that could always be better is typically pacing, because I am really bad at pacing, truly, honestly. But besides that, and then afterwards at the post-conference, we meet, we compare our scores, and we discuss the lesson. So that is what goes into teacher evaluations. And so now I will kind of show you what I will be teaching, and yeah. Okay, here is an example of the lesson plan that I turned in from last year. Obviously, this is a 4th grade standard because this is last year's, and it is just a lot of the teacher will, the student will. You just go through, how will you check, blah, blah. This is very different from than the lesson plan I used when I was student teaching. So yeah, so that's just kind of an overview of my lesson, what I'm going to be doing for each thing. And yeah, so that is how I lesson plan. These are my teacher notes that I have typed up and printed. A lot of these questions come from the book, which I will go through. This is the Go Math book, and I will show you guys what I'm going to be doing, but I have just typed them up. I've color coded them. It's just who I am as a person, and I'm going to print these out at home when I will have like a color printer. So we're going to be learning about writing related facts, and then I have just what I need to say, what I should expect them to say, what I want them to get to say, and then for each one. So then that is just my teacher notes. I don't have to have this. This is just for me that I am going to look over, use, so I'm prepared for the lesson. And then this is the vocabulary word that we will be introducing on for that lesson, which is related facts. So we are doing multiplication and we're doing division. So we're going to be doing related facts. This is always what I just have to kind of introduce them. This is our I can statement. And then an overview just telling us what we're learning. And then here's our important vocabulary, so factor, product, quotient, dividend, divisor, and then I highlighted the newest one. And then this is what we will get to, which I will show you will make more sense once I show you the exercises that we're doing. But the must do is what everybody has to do. Can do's is what you move on to once you have done the ones that you have to have done. And then for my kids who kind of go a little bit quicker, they can always go to the tickle your brain, which is harder problem solving and word problems. And here is the Go Math. So like I said, my district bought us this. So a lot of those questions that you saw over there came from here. This is what I'm going to use for differentiated instruction with some of my kiddos who need it. So they're going to put numbers in here, and then we're going to play around with moving the numbers for related facts so they can just see that they all go together. And then, yeah, so it has the standard up at the top, has our essential question we go through, and yeah, so I just have some things written, and so we'll do this page together, and then here's part of the must do, can do, etc. And then you see that the ones that is the tickle your brains, it is over here. So, and then this is what they will show me at the end. We do these for a lot of our lessons, just what did you learn, give me an example of what you learned, and then they write the I can statement down here. I didn't create this, I got this offline, but it's really good to see who needs a little bit more help. They know that I'm the only one who sees this, so that's kind of cool. And then this is what I just put up on the board. A kid who's not even in my class brought me the Memphis Tigers poster. So his dad works for the athletic department, and he brought that for me, so I thought that was super sweet. So I got my Tigers up beside my desk. All right, so I am back home obviously, and yeah, I just kind of ran out, but I just want to go ahead and end the vlog. I hope that this was at least somewhat informative for you. If you have any questions, just leave them down below. Like I said, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave me any video suggestions, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.